Freight transport is the most environmentally friendly and efficient method of transport in world trade. More than 80% of the total international import and export freight depends on sea transportation. Container freight is the most important and common way of shipping by sea. The largest and most technologically advanced 23,000 TEU dual-fuel container ship in the world was built by China Shipbuilding Corporation. In September of 2020, deep in the East China Sea, a mysterious giant ship was sailing. This sea area is not an ocean waterway, and no cargo can be seen on the deck of the giant ship. The clear words labeled LNG powered on the hull indicate that it uses liquefied natural gas as its core fuel to power the ship. In 2017, China Shipbuilding Corporation and France CMA-CGM formally signed a contract to build a total of 9 of 23,000 TEU standard container ships. Today, the first one has been built and ready for sea trials with a dual-fuel LNG-powered engine. In order to reduce environmental pollution and avoid ecological damage, CSSC Power, a subsidiary of China State Shipbuilding Corporation, independently developed and manufactured the world's largest dual-fuel power W12X92DF engine. It can use both fuel and natural gas. Filling 18,600 cubic meters of liquid natural gas, short for LNG, as a power source can ensure a cruising range of 19,500 nautical miles, which easily covers a round trip from Europe to the Far East. This is the world's first container ship that uses LNG power design. Its biggest advantage is that they meet the most stringent emission standards in the world. Compared with traditional fuel-powered container ships, it can reduce carbon emissions by 20%, nitrogen oxides by 80% and sulfur emissions by 99%. Greatly reduce the pollution to the environment. The 23,000 TEU dual-fuel-powered container ship is fitted with an 18,600 cubic meter Mark III membrane fuel tank. It is used to load and store LNG to provide green power for the ship. Natural gas, as a clean, efficient and high-quality energy source, must be converted into a liquid state at an ultra-low temperature of -163 degrees Celsius, thus reducing its volume by 620 times to be efficiently stored. The huge 18,600 cubic meters of LNG is tantamount to a liquid nuclear bomb. It is very dangerous, hence it needs a very advanced and reliable Mark III type cargo containment system to keep LNG in an ultra-low temperature liquid state for storage and transportation. The brazing length of the stainless steel corrugated plate of this type of enclosure system is up to 9 kilometers, and there must be absolutely no leakage point in the welding. Hudong Zhonghua, a subsidiary of China State Shipbuilding Corporation, is the only domestic enterprise capable of independently building the Mark III enclosure system. In the shielding density test of this type of enclosure system, it has achieved the zero leakage point, representing the world's highest level for quality and safety. When the ship sails, the LNG output is heated and gasified through a safe and reliable gas supply system to provide the generator and main engine for combustion to obtain sufficient power. It has excellent green environmental protection, high efficiency and energy saving. This Big Mac has become the wind vane for new ships ordered by major liner companies in the world. In the engine room, Hu Hongyu, the commander-in-chief of the sea trial, was staring nervously at the screen. The non-stop switchover from the fuel system to the gas system is imminent. He didn't dare to be careless. In the design of the ship, Chinese engineers have adopted a dual fuel system, which can reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 20% and particles and sulfur oxide emissions by 99%.
Okay, converting. Cut over now.
When the system is switched, LNG will gradually replace fuel oil as the core fuel of the engine.
Now it is in pure gas mode, switching successfully.
The system successfully completed the switch. The ship kept sailing steadily. But this is only the first step in this trial. After 8 hours of full load operation, the core power components of the giant ship will face the ultimate test. The 23,000 TEU is a true sea juggernaut. The ship is 399 meters long and nearly 62 meters wide. The deck area is equivalent to 3.5 standard football fields. That's more than 60 meters longer than the world's largest aircraft carrier. The most amazing thing is carry power. The full load is nearly 220,000 tons, and 23,000 standard containers can be loaded at one time. The maximum number of stacking layers is 24, which is equivalent to the height of the 22nd floor. When fully loaded, it can be called the Big Mac at sea. It's hard to imagine that this supergiant ship could be sailed with only 26 crew members. It integrates a series of intelligent and security automatic control systems such as one-man operation, unmanned cabin and engine room, automatic balance against tilting, whole ship CCTV monitoring system, automatic detection and alarm. It can resist against storm 10th level wind during sailing. The crew can have easy control for sailing and safe navigation. Shanghai Lingang Industrial Zone is an important ship engine manufacturing base in China. The super heart of the giant container ship is being built here. This is the world's largest marine internal combustion engine, and it covers an area close to a standard basketball court. The height reaches 16 meters, which is equivalent to the height of a 5-story building. It weighs more than 2,000 tons. Now they are hoisting the engine piston. It reaches 4 meters in length and weighs more than 5 tons. The diameter of the inner wall of the piston cylinder is nearly 1 meter. This is the world's largest marine engine cylinder. The circumference error of the piston cannot exceed 0.02 millimeters to ensure that the piston and the cylinder are absolutely fitted, which produces up to 63,800 kilowatts output power. That's more power than 200 heavy-duty trucks put together. After the piston inserts smoothly, it must be connected with the connecting rod to drive the crankshaft to turn. Like a car engine, the powerful explosive force generated by the combustion of the cylinder of a marine engine needs to be converted into rotary thrust through the crankshaft to drive the giant ship propeller. If the engine is the source of power for the entire ship, then the crankshaft is the heart of power. At another factory in Lingang Industrial Zone, the secret of the power heart is here. This is the largest shipping crankshaft in the world, with a weight of 488 tons and a total length of nearly 24 meters. Such size and weight have reached the limits of existing machining equipment. The Chinese engineer's plan is to divide it into 2 parts for tooling and processing, and then do the overall docking. There are 24 connecting holes on the connection surface of the crankshaft. The 2 sections weighing more than 200 tons are connected by these connectors, which is necessary to push a 220,000-ton giant ship in various complex marine environments in the sea. This puts forward extremely high requirements on the machining accuracy of the connection holes.
Because the crankshaft is so big and so long, which is the world's biggest one. For this reason, we specially developed this boring machine with the sole purpose of solving the problem of splicing and punching.
Zhuang Lingyun's job is to align the 24 connection holes. The connection holes are machined by a special boring machine, and the excess parts need to be removed. The machining accuracy of these 13 centimeters diameter connecting holes is strictly controlled within 0.02 millimeters. Zhuang Lingyun, who has 8 years of experience in the industry, needs a month to complete the machining of all the connection holes. Large marine crankshaft has to live up beyond the lifetime of the ship itself. Once installed, it cannot be replaced during ship lifetime. This extra-large section-jointed crankshaft has been a bottleneck of the development of China's shipbuilding industry for a long time due to the extremely difficult design and processing. Today, China is not only capable of independently developing and manufacturing, but also constantly breaking world records in size and weight. After 8 hours of continuous sailing, the ship's propulsion system is about to undergo the ultimate test. Zhang Dao is an engine engineer. His task today is the most critical step in the trial. Zhang Dao will enter the main engine to take pictures of the inside of the cylinder, and actually observe the state of the cylinder and related moving parts. At this point, the engine has been stopped for nearly an hour, but the temperature inside is still 50 degrees Celsius. In order to get clear photos, he needs to constantly adjust the position. For all 12 cylinders, it took him 2 hours to complete the final observe. In the central control room, engineers and ship owners' representatives who participated in the sea trial were all anxiously waiting. If the cylinders are functioning properly, the inner wall of the entire cylinder will be very smooth. On the contrary, if there are scratches on the inner wall of the cylinder, it not only means that there is a problem with the operation of the engine, but the cylinder liner will also be scrapped and replaced. Two hours later, Zhang Dao finally completed the observation. The photos he took were sent to the central control room as soon as possible. After unanimous confirmation by Chinese engineers and ship owner representatives, the cylinders are in good condition after running at full load for 8 hours. This means that the first natural gas-powered trial of the world's largest dual-fuel container ship has been successfully completed. At this time, another dual-fuel powered giant ship has been built, which is leaving the dock at the No. 1 pier of Chongqing Island. With a strong power and a green heart, this supergiant ship that condenses the wisdom and strength of Chinese manufacturing will bring strong impetus to the integration of the world economy and the strategy of marine environmental protection. The 23,000 TEU dual-fuel-powered container ship has become the flagship of the world-renowned liner company. China Shipbuilding Corporation will deliver a total of 9 such ships to the France CMA CGM liner.